Yo squad, what is up? PinoE here, and well, today's video is going to be a short one, I think, but I do have some thoughts and questions, and I want to start off with Big Baller Brand and an Instagram post that the game threw up today. To summarize the post, he purchased 3 pairs of BBB and went on to question why people are hating on the brand. I already said why I don't like them, so I won't get into that again, but then he went on to say a couple other things, like people have no problem paying $300 for Gucci flip-flops, and I want to address that first. Gucci has earned the right to charge whatever the fuck they like. They've been around for almost 100 years putting out high-end fashion. They've proven themselves in their market, but I don't want to waste any more time with Gucci. I want to focus on what he said about Jordan Brand and specifically Michael Jordan. Let me get this out there first. This isn't meant as a diss and no hate to the game. I think he's actually kind of dope, but I think in this post he's being a hypocrite and a little ignorant. He's throwing some shade at Jordan Brand, saying he's out there taxing kids $500 a pair who are dying and going broke trying to keep up with the Joneses. He has a point. In the past, people have got hurt over the J's and some even killed, and it's sad and it's fucked up. Nobody should die over shoes. But the whole keeping up with the Jones and people going broke isn't Jordan Brand's fault. They don't retail shoes for $500, and if somebody wants to pay that retail price, that's on them. That is not MJ's fault. I don't pay resale because I don't see the value in it, so I don't pay it. I don't try to keep up with other collectors that have more money than me because what's the point? And I could care less about keeping up with the Joneses. That's culture and parenting and putting a value on a dollar. That's not Jordan Brand's or Adidas or Yeezy's responsibility. However, I see the point, and Jordan Brand has addressed that by putting out more stock. And now those people, they don't want the pairs because they're sitting. They moved on to other limited pairs like Yeezys. So is this a Michael Jordan problem or a cultural problem? He then goes on to talk about Jordan Brand not doing anything for the black community. And listen, I'm not black. I don't have much to say on this. I've heard that complaint before, and if that's how the black community feels, then I'm in no place to argue that. So okay, I'll assume that's the feeling, but then tell me what Big Baller Brand has done for that same community. Jordan Brand doesn't sell $500 shoes, but Big Baller Brand does. Jordan Brand has never commented that if a kid cannot afford their shoes, they're not a big baller, but LeVar Ball has. So what has LeVar or Lonzo done for the black community except tell every poor black, white, brown kid out there that they ain't shit because they can't afford Lonzo's shoe? How about the kids who look up to Lonzo as a player who can't afford the shoe? How are they gonna get it? He goes on to say he's going to be buying 10 more pairs and give them out to people who can't afford them, and to the game, that's awesome. But what about the millions of kids who cannot afford $500? Like I said, no shade thrown to the game, but I think his message is all fucked up. And speaking of fucked up, let's move over to Adidas and take a look at the new Adidas Stan Smith Sock PrimeKnit, which is dropping later this summer. I hate when brands mess with classic silhouettes, and that goes for all brands, not just Adidas. And what they did here was take the Stan Smith, smash it up against the NMD City Sock, and combine the two. The shoe comes in a full PrimeKnit upper with a leather heel tab in green, sporting the iconic Stan Smith branding, sitting on the pair's original outsole. The final touches are added to the medial side of the shoe, which sports Adidas branding on a leather patch in gold foil. No exact date just yet, but they drop sometime later this summer. And next up, they managed to take a shoe I liked and ruin that one as well. These two pictures come via Japanican blog, and it's a first look at the Adidas EQT ADV support coming in a PrimeKnit with extended collar. I don't like them, there's no date, you saw the first looks, now let's move on. And last up from Adidas, via the Japanican blog as well, we have a look at 3 new upcoming colorways of the Pharrell Williams Adidas Tennis HU. 2 of the pairs come in white tones, with the third in a green colorway, all sporting different color heel tabs sitting on a light tan outsole. Unfortunately, there's no date for these either, but this now makes 7 new colorways of the model, which are set to release soon. Nike's up next, and first for the Beaverton brand, we have some new looks at the Nike SB Low Reverse Reese Forbes Wheat. Continuing with Nike SB's 15th anniversary celebration, Nike SB goes into the archives to grab a classic model and give it a makeover. For this pair, they chose the Reese Forbes Wheat and reversed the light and dark brown tones, giving us an alternate colorway. Classic model, dope execution, and they drop May 25th for $100. Up on screen, we have a first look at the Nike Air Shake and Destruct, which pays homage to Dennis Rodman in his time with the Detroit Pistons. It's a simple pair, and perfect for Detroit fans, coming in a blue leather upper, sitting on a white mid. No date yet for this pair, so stay tuned and I'll keep you updated. And last for Nike, we have images of the Nike LeBron 14 Agimat. And to the Filipino squad, this one's for you, and let me know in the comments below what exactly Agimat is or means. The shoe's colorway is dope but simple, coming in a flooded dark blue with gold accenting. On the tongue tag, you'll find some special symbols paying homage to King James and the Philippines. There's no exact date yet unless you are in the Philippines, for in which case they will be dropping exclusively at Titan Fort, Titan22.com, Nike Park for BGC, and Nike Park Glorieta on May 20th for 8,895 Filipino dollars. Everybody else, stay tuned. Time for Jordan Brand, and let's start off with the Off-White Air Jordan 1. We've spoken a lot about this shoe. We know there's 10 different silhouettes and pairs dropping as part of this collaboration. We do know that this Air Jordan 1 will be included, and what we don't know is the date that they're dropping, but announcement is coming soon, and we didn't know the price until now. What a lot of you don't know is that I'm actually a forensic computer scientist, and I've got that CSI type equipment in my office, so I was able to take the pictures and enhance. Okay, now zoom just a little more, and there you have it, $350. Okay, I'm not a computer scientist, and I just did this shit in Photoshop, and it's really nothing special, but as I'm sure we all thought, this confirms that the collection will not be cheap. And last up for today, let's chat about some of Jordan Brand's holiday drops. We know we got the Air Jordan 11 Midnight Navy coming out on Black Friday. We got the Gym Red 11s dropping on December 16th. And although we haven't yet seen a leak, we also know that the Air Jordan 3 Katrina will be dropping with Nike Air on the back sometime in November, although that date hasn't been set. And in case you don't know, all three pairs will be dropping for $220 retail. There's a lot of heat dropping during the last quarter of the year. In addition to these, we know that there's going to be some Dornbeckers, and in my personal opinion, I think Jordan Brand has done some dope things this year. We've seen the Royal Ones, Motorsports, Pure Money are on their way. We've got collabs like Cause and the upcoming Off-White, the upcoming PSNY 12 collaboration, a couple pairs of 11 lows, 2 pairs of Holiday 11s, Katrina 3, Black Cat 3, and that's just off the top of my head without thinking about it. But what I want to know is what you all think. I'm interested in hearing your opinion of what Jordan Brand has been doing. If you like their drops, you hate them, you don't care because you're no longer interested in the brand. Are they feeling the pressure from Adidas? Are they outperforming Adidas in your opinion? All that shit. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And out of the big three that I've been sharing on the screen, which one, two, or all three are you planning to cop? And that does it for today's video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, join the squad. If you have something to say, leave it in the comments below, and I'm out.